Japanese chatting observing likes from offline mode since 2009. Deep, not motivational. Just painfully accurate misalignment logs.
I don't go outside. This is my battlefield. Fighting alone every single day. No one sees it, but I keep going. Slow is fine. Stopping is fine. Just move forward. Hikikomori hero, still standing. This is just a podcast.
I'm gonna talk about other things today. I was talking with my parent about video. It's about video I really like. We were talking about it the other day, and I just couldn't remember something. There was a playlist I wanted to see. I asked if those videos were all together or if they were separate. Then my mother told me something she said she didn't know. She didn't remember the details. She was saying something confusing that I didn't really get. I told her, why don't you just open one to see? But she still said she didn't know. I remember saying it many times. I kept telling her that she'd understand it if she just try and open it. But she wouldn't do it. I told her that we'd never know if we just kept talking. So she should just open the video. Her power of believing what she thinks is amazing. That's why I have to actually show her or it's not good. It's no good. I told her she'd understand once she opened it. When she did. It was just one single video. I told her, see, now you know. But then she said she didn't know about the ones from before. I told her she should just say that. She knows about the videos she hadn't seen yet, but she doesn't know about the ones she already saw. So I told her, does she not understand the question? Today I told her at first, I think she doesn't understand the meaning of the question at all. It's weird that she says she doesn't know when she doesn't even get the question. You can only say you don't know after you understand the question. But my mother saying she doesn't know when she doesn't understand what I'm asking, she answered me instead of asking me back. Today she seemed to understand a bit, but the way she responded is weird. So I just cut her off and said she doesn't know. I asked her why she even ask. I can tell by her attitude. I can tell by talking to her. She made a lot of excuses there too. She said she shouldn't answer because I asked her. All of a sudden, she said she was troubled too. But does that mean it's okay to just do whatever because it's sudden? In the past, she probably would have said those are two different things. Let me organize this again. She knows about the video she hasn't seen yet. She didn't know about the current one. That means when I asked if the video were in a list or separate, her brain just stopped. She just decided she didn't know. She didn't even wanna think about it. That's why I explained it in a simple way. I said she'd know if she opened it. At that point, she should have been able to answer. It's not just about whatever, it's a list or a video or one video. It depends on the video. She would be able to say she doesn't know because she already deleted it. I told her, I said she's not an examiner, so it's weird to just say I'm wrong and cut me off. I told her she should try to be kind and answer. I found that out today. She has no heart to try and be kind when she answered. She just makes excuse. Now for the next story. My parents are way too nice to other people and neighbors, but they're different with me. Sometimes I think their mental age hasn't grown at all, and they show their feelings in their attitude a lot, but they're nice to their neighbors. The neighbors are nice too. I think humans have a balance of feelings, but they don't. The people I've met before are probably normal, but their feelings change depending on the day. I couldn't really understand how they could be cold or say mean things. It's a problem, even though they are my parents. They aren't like adults at all. Their mental age hasn't grown. And unlike me, they're not very smart. They don't have common sense and it's pretty bad. We are both not very good. Or maybe that's not right. We are both smart or maybe that's not right either. Well, whatever, let me talk about next thing. This might sound like a deep talk about life, but like I said before, I think our memories of how we felt even 1 second ago are usually wrong at the same time when we are eating something and think we are bored of it, or watching a video and think we are bored of it. I think that's all wrong too. We think we are tired of a hobby, but we are not really tired of it. I think people often quit when they should have kept going for a bit longer. For me, that's really bad, and I am totally wrong. I don't recognize it well. I think I'm bored even when I'm not, and I regretted it many times later. Now that I know that, I try to keep going as much as I can, but it usually doesn't work out. I was wondering if I should put Japan in my podcast name and if I should put Japanese in it. This is complicated. If I put Japan, people might think it's about travel. Japanese people might think it's a show for people in other countries. But the fact that the Japanese person is doing it is one way to be different. So I doubt about putting Japanese in the title, but that makes it messy. Then I doubt about writing JP to show it in Japanese. It's really complicated what I'm doing right now. Then I realizing something. I put Hokkaido in my old show name, and I really regret it. It is my special trait, and it's where I'm from and where I grew up. But I'm not really talking about Hokkaido. Before I talk about the baseball stadium was the most popular, there's a bit of a gap there, and I almost made the same mistake again. I thought putting Japan would get people's interest. But if it's person speaking Japanese with a bit of struggle. I think only people interested in Japan would listen. It's hard, but of course, there are many people interested in Japan. Next story. I remember my student day today. For me, especially with the other gender, I like everyone who is kind to me. I have a strong like and dislike, but that's a bit of a contradiction, isn't it? I was thinking about that. I found out why. Usually, everyone is cold to me. The reason is clear. First, I do think differently than others. Also, people think it's okay to say anything to me, and simply because I don't look scary. Humans are like animals, so they don't say anything to people who look like they'll attack. But people always say mean things to me. They treat me badly. They do mean things because they think they don't understand me. That's how it. People might feel bad and people they hate, but it's not that they say mean things to bad people. Humans feel bad and say mean things to people they can't understand. To people who are different, that's what happened to me. Because I grew up that way, I think everyone who is even a little kind is a good person. It's the same now. When I watch TV, I hate people who deny who I am. I don't wanna see their face, hear their voice, or even think about them. Come to think of it, there are things this group of artists. I can understand people's feelings too well, so I usually know how they think. This one group really hates their juniors. They act like they are worried about their work being ruined, but it's just that they won't be in the spotlight anymore. That's afraid that if the group style changed, they'll lose everything. I know it's just a selfish way of thinking. It's not about the art. It's just to protect themselves. I can see it clearly when I see that. Since I have strong like and dislike, you know how I feel. It feels like I'm seeing the ugly side of humans. Humans have an ugly side, so they should try to hide it. I can't understand people who show it so openly. I went downstairs and my parents were sleeping. I wasn't sure what to do. I thought about sending a compliment letter to the religion. I thought about telling them I'd do that, or telling them not to take a bath. I worried about it, but they looked so sad and particular that I didn't do it. But I can forgive it. A promise is a promise. It doesn't matter how sleepy you are. Their way of doing things is half done. They shouldn't make a promise if they can't keep it. Once you make a promise, you have to keep it for the whole day. That's how it is. No matter the reason, it's not okay. No matter the reason, that didn't listen to me. For example, when you borrow money from someone, you pay it back by the deadline, no matter what. Right? Excuse don't work. If you can't do that, you have no right to borrow money. You have to pay it back to matter what. If you give someone a ride in your car and have an accident, you can say it happened because you had a lot on your mind and had to think. That doesn't work. Humans have responsibility. It was an important promise, so they absolutely shouldn't have slept. They had to stick to it. I don't know if anyone will understand me saying this here. I went to the bathroom just now, so I already told my parents. I told them what I just said. I told them to tell me next time. They are gonna sleep. I said that when I send the letter to the religion, I told them to choose between sleeping and having the letter sent or keeping the promise. I told them to stick to the promise. Also, there's a famous writer named Yukio Mishima. I didn't know much about him, but he was very strict with himself. I had heard a bit about it. He felt like everything was empty. It's the same nihilism as me. To say it simply, she was nihilism and strict. That's exactly me. It was a way to not be swallowed by nihilism. I think I'm doing the same. Being strict is because of nihilism. Since I'm nihilism, I act strict. It only goes one way or the other. Because I have an extreme personality, I'll either be stuck in bed or be really strict. There's nothing in between. But I don't like serious literature, and I'm not interested in old writing. I think it's a difficult topic, so I don't wanna look into it more. Let me change the subject. Suddenly, I'm using the name Hikikomori base right now. I thought it was good because Japanese people understand it. I wasn't thinking much about other country back then. Things have changed, and I'm thinking about the show name again. I made a mistake. I've been thinking about it for over a week. My old name was actually fine. My feeling just changed. That old show name was good in its own way. That name is better for Japanese people to understand. I found out that Hikikomori is hard to understand in America, but I think I already knew that. I don't know why I was worrying so much. If it's not understood at all in other countries, maybe it was the right choice after all. I looked up Mishima, but I still don't really get old literature. Those people are not in a world that fits with me. I'm not interested, so I stopped looking. I wish I could get into literature. I've read The Adventure of Tom Sawyer and Dalmatian. I could read many of those books, so I thought I did well for a middle school student. But those were books for kids. I could only read a few pages of Harry Potter. I used to not have confidence in myself, but now I don't feel bad about it at all. I even think it might be better not to have confidence. I once thought about becoming a writer because it's a job where I don't have to be with people. I read a few books then, but I only finished one. I don't remember the others. I don't understand foreign literature either. So I respect my parents. When I heard that they read my mystery novels. For me, novels are like a high wall. I haven't really read them. I'm recording tonight. I've been feeling bad during meals lately. Especially today, I felt bad. Lately, after I lie down, I listen to music on YouTube. I'm not being lazy. I don't listen to podcasts much anymore. When I have my phone in bed, it's cold and my arm gets tired. I'm not strong against pain. But I just bear it. I couldn't bear it anymore. So I looked for music at those times during dinner. I started thinking I can relax later. That's when I get scared. I don't know when it happened, but I get the fear of being happy. It's not really symptom, but I just feel like I shouldn't get into the habit of feeling pressure. I can't explain the reason. I just know I shouldn't get the weird habit. So I feel bad. It's problem, but I can't do muscle training now. So I can't help it. But this is also kind of self-control. I've been depressed lately and I know why. So listening to music to keep my usual routine was actually a good thing. I realized that later. Dinner wasn't carrot. It looked like it, but it was fried chicken. The meat was really moist. The other day it was firm, but today I could tell it was different just by looking. I wonder if they soak it in milk, but it was a bit salty, so I got salty. That happened a lot after eating. Fried chicken also there was fuki. It was watery but had almost no taste. I keep thinking about the show name. Let's move on. There's a saying about the man and his horse. Was it really good that he fell off the horse? I wonder about that. He fell and he didn't have to go to war. But what happened to the horse? The horse ran away at first and then brought back more horse. I wonder what happened in the end. Just thinking about it makes me feel empty. Depending on the time, we make up reason why it was good or bad. In my life, about high school, I talk about this. Last time when I passed, I wasn't happy at all. I was trying for it, and I studied hard, but my thinking was totally out of this world. I wasn't happy even though I passed. It's a dark side of a religion, but in that high school, in that special course, a miracle happened a few years later. I couldn't have gone there if it wasn't for that school and that horse. You really never know what will happen in life. Why did this person marry that person? And then years later, if the partner wins 200 million yen in the lottery, what would you think? Things like that happen in life. My life is really mysterious. If it had to be that exact high school. It's so mysterious. I never thought. I was glad I took the test for that school. I wonder why. It's too far from reality. But if I hadn't taken it, I would regretted it a lot. If I had gone to the normal school or a school with lower rank, I would have thought I should try for this high school. I used to have a different personality. It's good to use regret as power to move forward. But saying it's something, but I remember something similar lately. I had a 0 was 10 personality. I don't say mean things to people, which might be a good point, but I feel lonely every day. Depression is not easy either. It might be a small thing. For example, you won't get depressed just from eating pork. That's never happened, but it might be a small thing in a way. Even so, it's impossible for Japanese people to never eat pork in their whole life. That's how it is. So it might be a small thing, but it is still depression in this example. I don't know if pork is really the cause. Maybe I could avoid depression if I ran more in high school. That make me feel regret. But the cause I can think of is normal. It's something that all 100 out of 100 people would do. Like the pork example, when I think about it that way, maybe it's not a small thing. I'm a bit too different from others in my mind and today, so it's hard to explain. Anyway, I feel lonely. I became depressed like others, but even my parents don't understand me. I was studying English. I saw a video from a few years ago, and the pronunciation was different from the app I'm using today. So I looked at the site where I can hear many pronunciations. No one on YouTube or in real life in America or England pronounce it the way Japanese people say. This happens around me a lot. I don't know how to rave anymore. I spend so much time looking it up, but I don't find the answer next with the L sound. My head is in a panic. It seems there are times when you don't pronounce the L even if it's in the spelling. That's a big problem. I don't know what to do. I look at the spelling and decide it's a L sound. I don't know if I should pronounce it or not. I won't understand it when I hear it. Native speakers don't always follow the symbols either. Also, I looked up why animals jump at food. It's because they feel their life is in danger. They feel like they'll die if they don't eat it, no matter how much I like. I want to know their feelings, but it was very interesting information. It was fun. I'm recording in the middle of the night. I was thinking about Mishima. He thought that because of nihilism, violence is okay. I think so too. Thinking violence is bad is just a human value. It's just a value for people today. Other animals attack each other. But if you do that, you can't say in the world, you'll be kicked out of the community and have money, have many promise. You won't be able to live. Even if you know it's nihilistic, you still have to live in this society. I have to go along with the society. I have to live within normal common sense, but of course, it's my heart. I know everything is same no matter what you do. I think it's good if I can keep a balance. If I just go along with society, I'll hit the wall someday. I'll just nihilistic. My value a thing and I might be free. But it'll be hard to me. But as long as humans live in society, I don't think their values get that then. I was thinking about the show name putting Japan in it would be a good hook. But then people interested in Japanese culture will come. My life as a hikikomori is maximized balance is in Japan because it's a country that cares about the group being different and not being with people stand out. But like I said, instead of many people interested in Japanese culture, I want people to be interested in my existence. It might be better not to put Japan so those people come. But I could also use Japan as a sign and then how people get interested in me in the end. I don't know, but it's hard. I'll stop for me. I'll take more. There's a person who worked with my parent. He used to be a teacher. Maybe there are many teachers like him. He's very active and writes to the newspaper. He asserted himself a lot. He often came to our house, and I thought it was nice that he's working hard in his old age, but his self-assertion is too much. It's not really desire for attention, but seeing it makes me feel bad. But when I'm doing a podcast, I also assert myself in many ways. So I guess it can't be helped. I actually hate it. I have to do it this way. But I wish there was a different way to communicate. Next story. In the morning, there was another traveling storm from my parent. That video was overlapping. I didn't see it yesterday. The reason was terrible. There were a few videos in the series that it was overlapping with the next time. The reason was just one people wasn't in the one video. It's a crazy reason. That person was just not in that video of the series. It's scary. Also a psychiatrist is coming to my town for talk. That person I mentioned probably wrote a letter. She coming to town. My parents said it will be at a small hall, but they were wrong. It's at a gym. And then they said it's a hall. I was surprised 3 times. First they said a small room, then a gym, then a hall, then a gym again. About the show name, I'm thinking about it alone, but I feel like I'm being tossed around. Things change from good to bad depending on how you look at them. I finally decided, but then I thought the other one was better. The grass looks greener on the other side. I made a big mistake with tools while studying English. It's the same as always. It's always happen. I just don't notice what I don't notice. I guess I'm a very negative thinker. But I've never really doubted of myself that way. It's probably different from being a negative thinker in a way. When I see negative thinker, I think they are very, very human. I think it's okay for human to have weak part. On the other hand, I think positive thinker should become a bit more negative. I was imagining things this morning about a girl group and a girl who is popular with the other members. Also a comedian on the radio saying they should change the system for girls who can't get into the top group, and about someone who let me stay over in Sapporo for a religion seminar. Their son is an adult now, and my parents were saying that he was always unique but became very charming. I was analyzing him. I thought about how he became a really good guy. He grew up. Also, I keep thinking about that idol girl who passed that exam. I talk about it with my parents. I told them what part was good. I was thinking about my many things. I can't tell the difference between an elevator and an escalator unless I think hard. I don't know which is which. Also, name of food like the 2 types of cookie. I was surprised to hear that there are 2 types. I thought there are different things. I bought follows on X. I felt weird this morning. My mother said it's not good to follow people randomly, but I told her I don't follow things that are bad or not related. It's the same rules as last time. I don't know why she's checking with my when the rule hasn't changed. Like I said, it's not random. I should just keep doing what I've been doing. Also, I'm a perfectionist. Even with English, I wanna leave out when I can. But because I'm a perfectionist, I end up talking too long. When I was downloading classic music, I thought about not putting in piano pieces because I don't like them much. But then I kept cutting more and more. I thought about only keeping the big group pieces or only a piano pieces. It flips back and forth. I'm extreme. It's a difficult personally. Leaving some things out is fine, but if I do it too much, it's become a problem. I can't really throw things away. If I started throwing away physical things, it would be a disaster. It's very good to get rid of things. So I think I would just keep going. Also, there are many half Japanese players on the baseball team now. They look almost like foreigners. It would be interesting if there were even more. I don't know if this is because I'm a perfectionist, but I have a weird personality where I think it's interesting to see a record of someone's failure. I'm not wishing for to be unhappy. But I don't know what it is. I feel sad when a player gets hurt that that's about breakfast. There were mushrooms in the eggs today. It gets well with omelette too. Also the brocco, brocco, broccoli had a different taste today. Maybe sesame oil. It was delicious well. Thanks for your hard work. Thanks for watching the show.